It's a good idea to start planning before you start doing, right? Especially if you want to run a remote business. It's a good idea to have a few things figured out. This is, again, about making it as easy as possible to work with you. So make sure when you're on a call with the client that your internet connection is stable and is fast, or when you are driving around that you have a SIM card with data on it, or even also a local SIM card to avoid any costs that may come along with using a phone internationally, right? So this is always a good idea to plan a little bit upfront. If you're moving to another country, consider purchasing a local SIM card there. Make sure you know the places with strong Wi-Fi connection. And when you're on a call with your client, again, this is one of the most important things when working internationally, is the upfront communication with your client. Set boundaries, set expectations, and again, make it as easy as possible for your client to communicate with you. So usually the structure is going to be via Microsoft Teams or Zoom or Google Meet or whatever software the clients may be using. So prepare yourself to download and get accounts for lots of different softwares so you can easily jump on these calls with your clients. They will greatly appreciate if they don't have to get additional software in order to be able to talk with you. Of course, the client has no preference. You can choose whichever service you prefer and send them a link, which should also make it easy enough for your international clients. This has never happened to me before, but it could be that a client that is not in the same country as you requests you to use a virtual private network. So you are able to log into their systems with this network that is then located or hosted in their respective country. So again, this has not happened to me before, but it could easily be that the client asks you to set up this VPN. It's usually not a big deal. There are a few service providers that offer these services for a small price. If you have to use them, it's certainly not a deal breaker. Again, it shouldn't happen too often, has not happened to me before, but it's something to keep in mind. In international businesses and remote businesses, especially, it's very, very important to communicate very clearly what you're going to do, when you're going to do it, and probably also how much you're going to charge for it. You'll have to find a balance between being approachable and helpful, because it is not very reasonable for you, probably if you're working in the United States and you have a client in Germany. They may expect you to be available for them 24/7 or at their business times, but their business times is, of course, your sleep time. So upfront, you will have to set these boundaries and saying, this is the time I'm working in, and you will have to find an overlap there. Otherwise, I can promise you, you're probably going to be overworked and stressed out very, very quickly. So considering time zones and again, setting these boundaries is very important. And finally, working remotely comes with a few challenges. For example, you will not have your nice standing desk. You will not have your nice lumbar support chair. If you want to work on the beach all day long, you may consider, depending on how fit you are, if this is really the best environment for your back. But it is definitely something that you can explore beforehand. Also, make sure when you're using your laptop, you have a charger nearby. If you need it for your work, an external monitor or screen, a laptop stand, external keyboard and mouse, and again, a charger. All these make your life a lot easier. And if you're planning to travel a lot, for example, in this picture here, on the train, on the plane, etc., it is a good idea to have a few gadgets beforehand so you can enjoy working a little more than without them.